like a really fast 30 seconds. Am I tripping? Did that count down to 30? I look down and the next thing you know, I look up. See, I don't know. Anyways, what's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. We are having a
No,
little technical No? We're having some technical
no, it
difficulties. It
was, but it
sounds
just
like
wasn't showing. My stuff ain't showing up.
you chopping up too. So we're having some technical difficulties over here, messing around with some things. So if you can hear me, let me know. I know we just hit the live button, so I don't know if anybody's even listened to us yet, but I'm gonna let Q get all his stuff situated over there. I'm gonna run my yap as I usually do. Welcome to Free Thinkers. Happy Tuesday. It is October 3rd. I don't know how the hell it became October already, but it's October 3rd. Welcome to Free Thinkers. Welcome to the show. I've been missing the last 2 weeks, so it felt like a whole new person getting ready for tonight, coming on here and getting some ideas together. So I'm looking forward to the conversation we're going to have tonight, which kind of was a spin-off of some remaining bits of last week's conversation. So Q did a show last week and just did some, I think it was going to be ethical questions, and it turned out to kind of more like some pick-a-post stuff. But in conversation about last week's show, there was some suggestions for tonight. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So that's how that works. So if you are watching us from YouTube, you're watching us from the Facebook page, mine, or Free Thinkers, hit the share button. Share. If you want to join us tonight, please do. The link to join the StreamYard stream is pinned at the top of the Facebook group page every single Tuesday. The directions are the same. You go to the Facebook page and you click on the StreamYard link. The post that's pinned at the top of the page has the StreamYard link, and that will bring you directly into this conversation. If you're like, no, I just wanted to listen, or I wanted to watch, or I wanted to just like chat with y'all live, I don't want to get on the show, whatever, that's cool too. We love to have people join us in the live chat. Obviously, we do try to engage with you over live chat as well. You can watch us on live chat with us, or watch us on the Facebook feeds and on the YouTube channel as well. And anything that you put in the comment section, we will usually try to throw up on our screen. So we do try to engage with you in a lot of different ways. But ultimately, we love for you to come onto the panel, invite you to come be a guest, and just have some conversation with us about some cool adult shit. Because I guarantee you that we're going to have some cool adult conversation. That's what we do. So, of course, warning, put that out there now. This is an adult, we discuss adult topics. Last week, Q totally blamed me for the profanity on this show, so I apologize. But definitely when you see me on here, there might be some colorful language. Of course, it's not like a, 4-letter fest around here, but this is an adult conversation, adult topic, so you're going to hear some adult colorful language. So totally up to you who you want to play this around or have around when listening. But we do run until about 9:30. Sometimes we'll push it till 10, just depending on the conversation. You're welcome to join at any point. You're welcome to leave at any point. You certainly don't have to stay for the whole thing if you can't. Would love for you to join us for however much time you can give to the conversation. And that's pretty much it. If you do join the conversation, just have no background sounds. So that way, there's not any interference when you are talking. And we don't care if you join us from the car or from the house or outside. Don't matter, as long as you got a good connection and you can, keep the camera on and have the conversation without background noise. Anybody's welcome to come to the conversation. It is public on all of our pages. So wherever you leave comments or you, engage with us, these are, public. So totally up to you if you want to join live or just on the pages. But you can also interact with us on our Facebook page daily. We have posts on a regular basis. So with no further ado, Q, I don't know if you're situated over there, but tonight we were going to talk about would you rather scenarios, and then throw in some ethical questions, because I know last week you wanted to talk about some ethical questions, and I don't know if you even got to touch any of what you really wanted to address. And since then, I've just been thinking about some ethical scenarios. Still, how are you feeling over there? You good?
We probably won't get to the ethical questions again. Maybe. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I have a feeling that the would you rather questions are going to fill up 90 minutes easily.
I mean, it could. But we've got. I know I saved a couple questions on there. I definitely wanted to share. So We shall. If we don't get to it tonight, then we'll get to it next week. We'll extend
Yeah,
this
we'll
to
do it
next
next
week.
week. Mhm.
All right. So, are you good? Connection is good. Everything's good over there. Yeah.
I'm good enough right now. I'm restarting everything on my computer,
Okay.
so I'm good until that happens.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, sounds good.
You gonna do the first
So, how
question?
did
You got the first one?
yeah, if you want me to, I definitely can jump off with the first one. So and so I have a list, right? And as I'm going through my list,
I got a
I'm
list
like,
too. I put my list already.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what I was trying to figure out though is, right, of this list that I made, which one was I gonna go with first, right? Because I have quite a few that I think are probably controversial, would you rather scenarios. But
Okay.
I said, the last one that I wrote on the list just seemed to be the one that I wanted to go with first. So
Let's go.
would you rather suck in bed or have a partner who sucks in bed? Would you rather it be your fault or their fault? The sex is terrible.
Hold on, let me think this out. Because the knee-jerk reaction
would you rather
is
be the one with poor performance, or would you rather have a partner with poor performance?
So my initial thought, as soon as you said that, hands down, no question, I don't want to suck. But if you're talking about a partner and somebody who you're going to have to work with on a regular basis, and they suck.
They suck.
I'd still have to go with them sucking and not me. I don't want to listen. I don't want to suck, period. And not only that, especially because the type of person who I am, that would not only bother me that I suck in bed, but that would affect everything else I do in my life. That would mess with my self-confidence. That will mess with my self-esteem. That will mess with just the way I interact with people on a regular basis. And you know what? Honestly, and a lot of people say this, people don't believe it. Anytime you find a man who they're either angry all the time, or they don't get along with people, or they always trying to flash money, or they always trying to do different extra stuff, they be like, They must suck in bed. They must got little meat. They ain't got nothing. Because it looked like you must be trying to compensate for what you don't in areas that you lack in other places.
I mean, you definitely not being fulfilled, because the energy that you put out there is trash. So like, you're not getting anything in return because you just put out garbage vibration. I agree. And not for 1 second did I question my answer. Like, as soon as I read the question, I was like, oh, fuck that. I don't want to be responsible for being the one to.
But you're going to deal with them
be
and
the contributing. I'm probably not going to deal with them. So therein lies my issue, right? Like,
okay,
I
hold
don't,
on.
and I've said this before. We've had this conversation before.
Let's take this a step further.
But even then.
Hold on, let's take this a step further. You just not just your partner, you're married to them. You have covenant vows. So this is supposedly the person that ain't gonna be no cheating on, and you're gonna be with them for the rest of your life, and they suck in bed. Right. You just gonna live with that?
We wouldn't have never been married. We couldn't have never made it that. We wouldn't have made it past probably the first or second time.
This in the scenario.
Probably not.
No. Okay, let me give you a scenario that you have to deal with. You got married. It was good. Everything was good once upon a time, and then he decided he wanted to. What's wrong with me? He decided he wanted to try bull riding, and he tried that, and he had a terrible accident. And then he just ain't good no more, because things just ain't working the same way that they used to. So now you already married, you already committed.
Use that as the same. I don't know if you can use it as the same example though, because this was injury related, right? You'd kind of be an asshole if you had an issue with somebody's injury related inability to maybe perform. It is because
the fact is they suck in bed. That's the only thing that matters. No, it don't matter why they
No,
stuck in
it
bed.
definitely can't be my
Right now
responsibility.
they
No,
stuck in
it's not.
bed,
It's not
and
going to be my responsibility.
so you're gonna deal with that till
No, no.
death do
But
us.
let's just
Hold
say,
on, till death do us part.
let's just say,
you don't be trying to change the scenarios.
no, I'm going to agree with your scenario. We're going to go with your totally uneven scenario. Let's say something happened and the shit just didn't work the way it used to, right?
He sucks
No,
now.
of course. Yeah, I mean, he sucks in bed, but I mean, he can probably still give some head. So let's hope that hasn't, completely fallen off the wayside.
Listen, he sucks in bed. Not only
Well,
now,
we can go on the
little
couch,
did
or
you
we can go
know
outside, or we can go in the car.
that the strength of his manhood was the driving force of all of his confidence, and now he don't even do nothing else right no more.
I still don't want that to be my responsibility. I do not want to be the responsible partner for the love life sucking in the relationship. I would rather it be my partner than it be me.
I agree. You know what the bad part is about
because at least I know at the end of the day I can't say. At least I know at the end of the day I can't say that like I didn't satisfy my partner. And I think that honestly, that would fucking, like you said, that would fucking probably eat my spirit a little bit if, my partner was like, I am not satisfied by you. God, that would be like explosive. But obviously sometimes those conversations have to take place. But I think that, but again, like you, I agree. Like, I think that would fuck with my security. I think that would definitely change how I walk. I don't know. And not because, like,
and let me say
not for any other reason other than there's a confidence there, and then there's lack of ability there. And I definitely don't want that responsibility. Nope, not me.
I'm not gonna say for all men, but for many of us, even if a woman is not good in bed, her response is still a good motivator for you. So okay, she's not that good, but the fact that she's so into it and she getting off and she going crazy, and her eyes rolling in the back of her head, and she having muscle spasms and all that, it just struck your ego. You were like, yeah.
See, why you get all that? In my example, had to be you.
And that will make it better. Even
is broke big dude. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Even if she's sucking, she's no good. That will give you temporary gratification. There's a lot of things. Let me tell you, there's a lot of things that give you temporary gratification as a man. Number one,
sure.
The response is one of the things. The other thing is if the visual is just good. So say she's terrible in bed. Sure. But if I see somebody with a badass body in front of me and they get like, that'll get me halfway there by itself. Like, even, oh yeah, she's awful. Right. And I've had those experiences in my day before. Like, she is really not at all. But the visual is mighty fine, and I can it'll get me halfway there at least.
I'm at least halfway there.
It'll get me halfway there.
So Heather says, what's the definition of not good in bed? And I think that is a perfect fucking question, because if you ask a man that question, I think his responses will be different than if you ask a woman that question. I think that's a great great question to ask. Q, I don't know if you're chopping up on me a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit choppy.
I hear you fine. I might.
So as a man. Okay, cool. Okay. So so answering that question as a man, what's the definition of not good in bed? So to you, rating women, right? And we're just using this as the example because you have sexual relationships with women, right? So as a man grading women, like, what makes a woman not good in bed?
Okay.
Ladies, you better pay attention. Get your notebooks.
Okay, yes. Take notes. And it's only a few things really that make
you go ahead and listen.
So the first thing is you don't participate. A woman, just because you cute, so you just gonna lay there like a bump on the log, and like let me. I'm like, you feel like you having sex with an inflatable doll that's not even moving. It's like, no, sex is like a dance. And the rhythm's got to match, and the energy and the chemistry and the into it, all of that is in sync. And if one person's trying to be in sync and the other person's just laying there, it's a major turn off. Even if you're fine, it's still a major turn off. Like number one, you're not into it. You bring nothing to the table. Now, I don't like the what do you bring to the table conversation, but in this case, I do agree with you. You need to bring something to the
situation.
Not only should you be into it, but you should, when I say bring something to the table, you know what you like and how you like it.
Right.
Participate. Give some feedback. And I don't mean feedback like that, but like, yo, all right, hey, listen, hit it from the side. I like it like this. Like, okay, let's try it this way. Let's like be into it.
You can lead a man into what you want.
Right. You can lead them into it. You can be vocal or you can be nonverbal and still get your point across. But that when someone doesn't equally participate, that makes you a bad sex participant. And then, of course.
Okay, pause. Let me ask you a question then. As a man, I think we got a delay. So as a man, would you say that your experience is that more women are just the lay there type of women, or do you find that more women do participate? Like, what do you like? Obviously, you haven't been with all women in the world to really say what the data is, right? But you hear this complaint come from men, and so I wonder.
I say I have a large enough sample size, I believe, but no, I don't believe that's most.
Oh, the delay is terrible.
Oh shoot, you can't even hear me. That's crap. All right, let me see if I can
I can hear you, but it's just a badass delay. He said I have enough experience. And that's why I'm asking the question, because I've heard, some men say that, all women just lay there. They don't, women don't like sex. I'm like, who are these women, right? Like I don't have sex with women, so I don't know what that is like to know that that's common. That's men's common experience of women, or that's, men have had the experience, but it's not a common experience. So anybody who, of course, is watching, and of course I'm gonna, we can ask the same question to me. What makes a partner not good in bed? But if you're in the chat, if you're listening, what do you think, men? What makes women not good in bed? What makes them good in bed? Okay, so give us some feedback in the chats if you're listening. Yeah, that's way better.
All right, hopefully I rebooted everything and tried it again. All right, let me take this one.
That's what I'm saying. Who are these women? I feel the same way, Stephanie. So when I hear men say that, I'm just like, wow, shit. Like, but then I realize, obviously we all operate differently. I get it. So I'm just curious if this is like for real, actually something that men legitimately complain about because women are just lazy in bed, or if this is just happened, obviously it's not, your favorite experience.
If you're not a selfish lover, then it definitely makes a difference.
Yep.
Because you don't want
that part.
I mean, if you're just selfish and you're trying to get yours, then you might not care. But if you are, if you want it to be an experience for both of you, then yeah, participation is key. Teamwork make the dream work. So then the other part of it is two-part. Other part is you just ain't got no walls. And either you ain't got no walls or you just don't know how to work your muscle. And that can make you kind of trash. Like, dang,
you're like cutting out again. Why are we having like the greatest of conversations? You keep cutting out. I love conversations about sex. It'd be my favorite topic.
Yeah, I can hear you all right. I don't know why it's I don't know why it's freezing up. I can hear you all right, but who knows?
See, you're good this last little segment. So okay, so back to the question: do you think that there are more women that are lay there lazy lovers, or more women who participate? What do you think?
There's more women who participate.
And what also is
Okay.
there's and a
God.
lot of it has to do with any person in whatever your body count is. How many like one night stands are you a part of? Because a lot of times, oftentimes the one night stands or the quick ones that when there's no real relationship behind it, those can end up being a little awkward. They don't oftentimes they don't work out as well as you think they do. Sometimes you get people who kind of just there. And it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
do you know what you want? If you ain't want to do it, don't, you know.
But you can still have really good sex in a one night stand though.
I have had that too before. I've had some great experiences.
They're great.
And I had some duds too. I've had both sides. I've had some duds and I've had some great experiences. Okay.
There's an energy to it though. I still hate it.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Can you hear me? I see you fine, but I guess it's just not working. I don't know.
Now I can hear you. Now you're all right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hear you fine out. I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna throw this. I gotta explain this question, so I gotta see if it's gonna work for you. And you can't hear me. It's delaying still.
Okay. It's a delay and it's choppy. So let's see what happens.
Golly, I hate this. Living out in the burbs, mess up everything. Okay, so this is your choice. You get to live at your physical peak, physically, body-wise, whatever. You stay at your physical peak for the entirety of your life. But you only get to live until 65. Are you going to take that deal? Or you just take your chances and live however long you want to? But when you turn 60, you're going to have a 60-year-old body. When you turn 70, you're going to have a 70-year-old body. When you're 50, you're going to have a 50 and a 40-year-old body. Would you want to live your entire life? Or I guess up until once you hit your physical peak, you will maintain your physical peak until you're 65 and then you die. Or would you take your chances and maybe live an extra 15, 20 years?
I'm definitely taking the chances living my 80 or 20, my 20 and 30 extra years. Yeah, I don't care about being physically fit till 65 and then dying at 65. Hell no. My dad died at 65. That's too goddamn young. No, I'd like to squeeze a good 70, 80. If I could push 90 and 100, I would. But no, I definitely, and I'm cool with aging gracefully. Because you have some control in how you age.
Everybody don't age.
So I'm okay with knowing that if I
Okay, that's true.
No, but if I treat my body properly, then I can probably live a little bit better than somebody who doesn't treat their body properly. I will hopefully be in less pain or discomfort as I age because I take care of myself. But hell no, I want to live as long as I can. What about you?
So okay, so that's what I was just about to say. I think it's a little bit different for people who grew up like hard athletes, because a tough thing for people who are athletes is to see, like, once you start hitting your 30s, you feel the decline of your body, and by the time you hit 40 or your late 30s or 40s, you see the decline in your body, your speed, the way your knees move, the way you everything, not even just the physical part where you turning gray, your body drooping, your belly. Can you just keep coming back no matter how hard you try, like all that stuff. Yeah, as someone who lived so much of their life in athletics, I would play basketball every day. And now I just don't, because I physically I can't do it anymore. My back could go out and then I'm stuck in bed for 2 or 3 weeks. And then it's like, it is a question like, okay, if I have 65 years at physical quality of life versus maybe living 8, especially think about this. I mean, for a Black man, that might be a deal. We don't live that long. average black man don't barely make it to 60. So that might be living on grace right there. So, but anyway, the other part is maybe living to 80, 85, maybe being older, maybe being decrepit, maybe, dementia start kicking in. And not only that, so you really, even if you live to 80, you still only from from what, 18 to maybe 35 is just the prime physical years of your life, and then that's fading away. So you know what? And I keep doing all this talking. I ain't even answer the question. I honestly don't know. I really don't know.
You don't know.
All right.
Really?
That would be
just the fact that you even struggle with choosing one or the other is interesting to me.
You know what the only real struggle is just mentally and from a community standpoint, volunteering to shorten my life when I have children. That's the other. It's like one of those things. Like I want to be on this earth long as I physically possibly can for my children. And I wouldn't want to be, all right, hey, I'm 25, 60, I'm 64. I got a year left. And that just, so that would be the hard part for me. So I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even tell you 100%. Depending on which day you ask me, I might feel different, but sometimes I feel like I will. But and then hold on, this is the other element of it.
Y'all taking your chances, or y'all peeking out at 65? What y'all doing?
Yeah, put in the comments. Tell me what y'all doing. Now, this is the other aspect of this that I didn't think about. The fact that you know when you're gonna die. Now that is something I don't know if. Would you want to know? Because now you're just starting to count the clock down. Like, oh shoot, I got 4 years.
That was a whole fucking Black Mirror episode, remember? Well, granted, it was their date, but remember that Black Mirror episode was like that? Their time, like in their date or something, they're like they were whatever their number stopped on is how long they had to be with each other, and they knew exactly how much time they were going to be with each other.
Yeah. So if that was a part of the equation, say I just got to say my memory could be screwed up, so I would die at 65, but I didn't know that I was, I wouldn't be counting the clock then maybe. But if I was conscious that I was going to expire at 65, I probably wouldn't do it, because then that takes away from the quality of your life when you count down the clock that way. So
I think so too.
Okay.
I think so
all right.
too.
What you got?
Everybody agrees. They don't want to know either.
Yeah.
So along the line of, I contemplated whether or not I was going to use this one or not. But since we talked about just the knowing whether or not you're going to die or not, would you? And this, this may be difficult for people to answer who haven't lost either of these people in their life, right? However, would you rather you die on your kids or your kids die on you?
What do you mean die on? Like die before them, or them die like
die first? Yeah, die first. Yeah, would you rather die on them or would you rather them die on you?
See, that's so okay. In a perfect world, then I want to die on them. But it's only
you want to die on them.
Yes, but there's a caveat to that. So it's at a certain. I wouldn't want to die on them right now. Like when they're, when I got a 2-year-old, a 2-month-old, and not, none of my kids are over 16. I wouldn't want to die on them now. But if we're talking about would you rather, and this is either or, I'd absolutely rather die before any of my kids die before me. That's no question. So yeah.
I agree. Well,
no scenario.
Stole the conversation. Did you hear? Did you hear the question that I just posed?
What was the question? It's like,
so my question was: Would you Would you rather die on them or them die on you?
Oh, I mean, hands down, me die on them.
You die on them?
Hands down, like no question about it. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of life left to live, but of course I've lived the whole life, so they have a whole like life left to live though, with or without me. So for sure. And then I mean, okay, this is me too, just like biologically, like shouldn't you, like, you ran your race, you passed your seed along so they can have another seed? I mean,
that's just the tough part for me is I wouldn't want to die while my children were still young.
Streaming? Is it my streaming that's tripping? Maybe it's my stream. I'm sorry.
No. Can you hear me all right, Ivory? Or is it lagging?
yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a would you rather, then that's always gonna be my rather. But if I could just, throw a little
No, you can't throw a little no.
I'm saying if I could, I'd
But you
want
can't.
to be it at a certain age. Now, if all of my kids was over 50, one of them
No.
died before me, I was like, okay, we all live a good life. But no, oh yeah, so this is just no.
No.
All right.
I would not want to die on my kids. I would actually rather see my children through them dying on each other and me bury the burden of that pain than them bury the burden of the pain I know they're going to feel when they lose their mom. So I would almost rather me lose them and then me go than, know what leaving them with looks like. But yes, to Ivy's point, the progression is right. The progression is like, obviously you live out your life, eventually your time comes, right? Like that's the cycle of life. But when I thought about that earlier today, I was like, no, I would rather them go first than me go last.
Absolutely. And then also, let's go a little bit deeper, is by you going first and them going last, you're also giving them a better opportunity to continue that seed, meaning for them to have children and children's children and, for your seed to spread wide.
Able to or able not to?
Able to.
Able to. If they continue living versus if they die first, then yeah, your seed will live on. Let's say if my daughter died, I couldn't see myself not wanting to live. I couldn't see myself maybe being wanting to live any longer, but I know people deal with that. That's hard for me to even comprehend, but
right.
I guess for those who've experienced it, yeah, I'm sure everybody felt that way until it happened to them in one way or another.
I don't know, isn't it like, I just feel like it's like a parent's, I feel like it's a parent's, I think most parents are built with, not wanting to see their children be in pain, right? So like we try to like shield them from pain and, absolve some of their pain, right? Like you can't obviously stop them from all pain, but you try to prepare them in ways so that when painful things do happen, right, they have tools. But I still don't think I mean, I know I hope the likelihood of it going the way that the conversation is. I hope we all live to we're 100 years old. Shit. But I would rather them go and then me, so I can take on that as opposed to them have to take on this.
I mean, your job as a protector. No parent wants to ever be in a position where they couldn't protect their child. That's like one of the worst feelings ever. When something happens to your child and you weren't there, you weren't able to protect them. That's the worst. Okay,
Mhm.
so I have a couple of money ones. These are easy ones. But now this one I saw on the internet. I think I saw this on Facebook, maybe earlier in the year, something like that. But question, would you rather receive 10K a month doing nothing or 100K a month working 12 hours a day? Okay, is that an easy answer, Ivory? Answer if you think it's easy.
I know. I would need more details. That's probably the problem I'm having.
Okay, give me give me some ask a question, and we might reform the question.
It's like doing what for 12 hours would matter. And do I still got the weekend off? I mean, what do you mean 12 hours a day?
Okay.
I need more
Okay,
details.
Good. Okay, let's go. Let's say I'm gonna give you this.
Okay.
And I think I got a cold. I'm trying to either my cold or my allergies tripping. I ain't just laughing. I'm coughing too. We're gonna say 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, but you're doing the same thing that you're doing right now.
Then yes. 100K. If I'm doing what I'm doing right now,
You're like,
I'm online, so I won't say why that works for me. But yes. I mean, right now I work from home. It's super flexible. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you wanted me to like go in an office and then give me the 10K,
Ivory. Okay,
and I'm gonna sell on that 10K.
I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. Let's go pre-pandemic, and you got to be in the office.
10K.
For those 6.
Nothing. Hands down. Money ain't everything.
He said, freedom. If I got to go in the office.
Freedom is
take
everything.
That other 90 if I got to go into the office.
Freedom is like, I want people haven't figured out why they want money. I know why I want money. I want money for freedom and for influence. That's the only thing that money really provides for me, base level. I want the influence that money gives and the freedom that money provides. That's what money is a use for me.
Okay, but Ivory, now let me ask you first, Nikki, before I go ahead and try to dig into it. You going to 10K a month, or would you do 100K a month, but you got to work 12 hours a day?
And we said these are 5-day weeks.
6 day. 6 day. 12 hours a day, 6 days. We honor the Sabbath and keep it holy.
I already fucking work 6 days a week, damn near 12 hours a day. Like,
okay. But the other thing is you can get that 10K a month
but I love being at home not doing shit though. And I can stretch $10,000. Best believe I can stretch 10,000.
Okay,
so I love what I do, and I can't imagine doing anything else. But
you could do it on your own time without having being obligated. You could do it on your own time without being obligated to do it if you're already bringing it in.
Right. No, I would happily take $10,000 a month and not do shit.
Okay. Now, Nikki and Ivory, but 10K a month, as it will allow you to live comfortably, but it's not life-changing money. The only thing life-changing is just gonna give you some more time, but it ain't necessarily, travel the world money and just be able to live it up to the fullest.
I'm good on that. My bucket list is within these 4 corners of this country. I'm good. I don't need extravagant. I'm straight. Like I don't have a large list of things I need to buy. Like I'm good. 10K would work for me. That would definitely make me happy. 100,000 would be awesome, but like eventually.
You talking about making $120,000 a year?
Shit, 10K would fucking change my life right now.
I mean, it's
what vacation can I take?
You can live comfortably.
Very comfortable. You still gonna be living in the top 5% of people in this country comfortable.
but it's different levels of comfort. I'm saying.
Listen, I
It's
know
different
everybody gonna be in the
levels.
1%. 5 is good for me.